Alright, working on the pistons for the 406. Got each one matched to their respective cylinder size wise. Had one piston that measured 1,000 smaller than the rest for some reason. But when I bored the block, I accounted for that. So the number 3 cylinder is 1,000 smaller than the rest. That piston measured the largest. It went in the number 2 hole. And 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, and 7. I use a piece of shim stock to check each piston in each bore and pick which one fits the best. Skirt clearance is 4 thousandths on these pistons. That's a 4 thousandths piece of shim stock, so that's just how I do it. Okay, got 4 pistons and rods with the rods installed, ready to go. We'll probably put the rings on them and then install them in the block and then do the other 4. Well, the rings are on these 4 pistons with the bearings in all 4, and they should be ready to install. Alright, we got 2 rods and pistons in, number 1 and number 2. Get on 3 and 4 here pretty quick. Well, 3 and 4 is in now. Officially you have a 4-cylinder. That'd make it what, a 203? But flip it around here. There's 1 and 3. 2 and 4. It looks like they're installed the right way, so now it's time to repeat the process for the last 4 pistons and rods. Alright, 5 and 6 are in. Got 2 left to do. Okay, finally got the last 2 in. All the rod bolts are torqued. The RP lube. We now have an 8-cylinder. One, 3, 5, and 7. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now on to installing the camshaft, timing chain, and we'll have to degree the cam. See how close it is to being right. Okay, we got the cam installed, the timing chain on, got the degree wheel on, it's all set up. I've already degreed it in, but that's the piston stop I use. That's the dial indicator that goes off the cam lobe, the intake lobe for number 1. But this is what I got when I degreed it. Intake centerline method, it ended up being 108. The cam card is 109. The timing at .050 lift. On the card it says the intake should open at 18 and it should close at 56. And what I got when I degreed it was the intake opened at 20 and it closed at 55. So you can't get any better than that. So that's all done, and on to the next step. Getting ready to clean up the timing chain cover. It's pretty dirty. Came off a block that apparently had water in it. It's got some rust down in here. I'll put it in the blaster cabinet and clean it up, and I'll show you that when I'm done. Here's the cover after it's been cleaned. I put the seal in it still and give it a paint job. A little pitty down in there where the rust was, but it looks good. It'll work. Working on the 406 again, and ran into a problem. To put the oil pan on, the oil pan won't sit down where it's supposed to. It rocks from side to side, and the screen's hitting the bottom of the pan. It's supposed to be the screen that works with this pan, and I laid a straight edge across it, and it measures 8 inches on this side from the screen to the block, and this side is 8.5. So obviously it's crooked. The pan measures 8 1/4 deep, so I'm going to have to modify that somehow. You can see that side's 8 inches, or 7 15/16. And this side measures over 8.5. You see it's laying straight on it. Isn't that just awesome? Alright, got my new screen installed. And it measures 8 inches on that side. And 7 15/16 on that side, which is pretty good. A lot better than 8 and 8.5. I need to tack that on and then clean it all up, bolt it on. It should be good to go, but I do need to modify the baffle. It doesn't quite match the main cap and oil pump on the inside. It'll hinder oil flow, so it'll have to be taken care of.